special.
Oh,
Let's do it.
I forgot. I have hats and I forgot they're over there. Damn it.
What type of hats? Like New Year's hat? Like celebration
I have
hats?
New Year's hats, and I had ones for you of the same one, and I forgot to give them to you. And you're going to be happy.
Oh, I was like, how are you giving it to me?
When I saw you, yeah. And I forgot, and they're really cute. And I forgot, and I'll have to try and grab them when we do our little intro. But Happy New Year, everyone! It is New Year's Day. Yay! Here we are. It's 2026. So let's get this party started. Let me just do a quick little intro. I still have my old intro, and I feel bad because we haven't done season 4 intro yet. It's coming. I'm gonna get it done before next week. But in the meantime, enjoy this 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, NounishProf and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster.
I don't hear you. Are you muted?
GM Farcaster. Yes, I was muted. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2026, and you are here with NounishProf and Adrienne for 29 minutes-ish of Farcaster news to start your day. We're going to talk a little Farcaster, we're going to talk a little base, we're going to catch up on a few things, and then we're just going to talk about 2025 and the year that was, and kick it off. So yes, Adrienne, I had bought 2 of these. I forgot to give you one.
Beautiful.
But I'm going to remove that because I also bought these. Tiny, little, tiny, just tiny. They're so tiny. But I was like, oh my God, that would be so great if we both had the same ones. And yeah, I forgot. So anyway, that's that. I'm also sporting my my Rose Parade hat from back in the day, and this was, let me see if I can find the right one here. This was 3 years ago. I can't believe it was 3 years ago. Feels like 30 years ago at the Rose Parade, and had a blast. I was there. We had a Nouns float. There is a documentary all about this that you can go watch on Twitter. And I do have the link in this cast. It'll be in our show notes. But it was a blast. And if you're not familiar with the Rose Parade, it is the oldest parade in the United States. All the floats have to be made of natural materials. So you have to be, you can, obviously there's wood and things underneath, but then those are natural, actually. But all of the covering has to be flowers and seeds and things like that. And I got to help put like flowers on that float. So it was very, very exciting back in the day. And yeah, so lots of fun and just reminiscing today. So I have my Rose Parade hat on for today. Loving the haberdashery behind you, by the way. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
I love it.
One of my swag sweatshirts from a highlight of the year that didn't make my top 5, but I threw the sweatshirt in for it.
I think it made it into my top 5. It actually did. Which I figured we're going to have different top 5s, and I did a little bit longer, I think, than 5. But okay, so I was grabbing my hats while I was supposed to be tweeting. So let me just tweet this out right now, just so we can get some more folks in here. If you are watching over on Twitter, give a tweet and let people know you're watching. And if you are watching on any of the places, share it on Farcaster as well. And let me Farcaster and the Base App. I'm like trying to tag people, and I just am not prepared today. I am clearly just not ready for this day.
Because it's a holiday.
Hope that's right. Okay.
That is why.
Yeah, it's a holiday and we're just off. We're just a little off kilter, but here we go. We do have some actual news that we missed. Before V and Dan both went totally MIA. Like have not casted in 9 days or something like that. Last time I checked, I'm like, what is happening? So this is from 12 days ago when we went on vacation. I think this happened like the day, like we were done, and it happened later in the day. New USDC lending on Farcaster. Earn 5% on USDC by lending on Morpho. Tap USDC lending in your wallet page and deposit to start earning. You can withdraw at any time. Lending powered by Morpho and Stakehouse, the same teams that power Coinbase's lending. It carries risk. Read the next post for details. So there is some risk involved. You're essentially lending out your USDC. There's more information in this cast. It will be in our show notes if you want to learn more. And if you click on your wallet, you'll see it available right at the top of your wallet. So there you go. I still haven't tried that out yet. Maybe soon. I tend to use my USDC that sits in my wallet. It's the problem. So can't really lend it to anybody else. I'm busy using it for myself. This from Horsefacts, Clanker RFC Community Clank. Alongside auctions, we're exploring ideas for better, broader distribution built on existing Clanker v4 extensions. Community Clank combines mechanisms from the existing dev buy and presale modules to give participants access to newly launched tokens at the best possible price while establishing a liquid pool for trading. So this to me sounds like a different way to do presale, or similar to like what Faye is doing, is what I'm kind of gathering from this. But this is something they're looking at. If you have thoughts, feedback, etc., things you'd want to see, take a look at this. This gives you a little bit more information on what they're thinking about, but they're looking for feedback right now. So right now is the time to let them know if you're a trader, if you clank things, what are you looking for? Like, what would you like to see? This is a great moment to throw that at Horsefacts or Dish. Dish has also been offline. Like, you really earned it. You really earned it the time off this year. So like everybody's completely off. I assume that next week all of a sudden they'll all return like by like Tuesday. So yeah.
What if they don't? What if they don't though?
What if they just don't? What if they just never come back? Come back.
I needed a New Year's clank. Sorry.
New Year's. There's the first New Year's clank. Clank. Clip that. Clip that New Year's clank. So if you have thoughts about Clanker on any of these issues, definitely drop them now, because they're going to be working on these things. And also, while we were gone, breaking, Farcaster FIDs have passed 2 million. Congrats to the lucky holder, all jacked.base.eth, mainly driven by a surge of 400,000 new users after Base App opened public signups. It took just 10 months to go from 1 million to 2 million after hitting 1 million on February 22nd, 2025. So we hit 1 million and 2 million in 2025. That's wild. Okay. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Yeah, I think I've lost all concept of time, and I realized this as I was going through things that happened in this last year. And I'm like, that happened this year?
I had a really
5 years ago.
2025 was at the same time the fastest, longest year of my entire life. Because there were certain things, right, like that seemed like decades ago. And then also January 2025 felt like yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I can't, I seriously have lost, time means nothing anymore. It's just getting a little crazy. But it's, yeah. So that's exciting. Very exciting. Moving on, we have a lot of stuff happening with Base, because Base was around. But oops, this is what I was trying to close. Base was around while everybody else was on was on vacation. So this was from Jesse. Mary Bastemus woke up in the middle of the night to see that the team successfully sent Bastemus gifts to tens of thousands of people around the world. No better feeling than giving people a gift on the holidays. Proud of our team for sprinting to make it happen. Just getting started. So check your base activity. Check your wallet and your activity. I had like a bonus $15 in there, 15 USDC. So you may too.
Nice.
Go check. So very exciting.
I had a bonus $0, but I still enjoyed my Bastemus.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Check again. Check again. I have a
I'm
feeling
very sure. I'm very sure.
Okay. That's funny. All right. Moving on. This from Chintan, which I did not know, and we should probably start doing this. Life hack with Base App. And by the way, I just tagged the wrong Base App. That's really funny. On Twitter, which I've done a million times, and that's so funny. Anyway, life hack with Base App. Grab the mini app share link, paste it into a desktop browser, boom, QR code that deep links straight back into Base App. So there you go. Little hack there if you're trying to use on desktop. This from Jake. I'm a big Farcaster guy. Love the app. It's not without its flaws, of course, but very good and improving dramatically year over year. That said, I'm trying to use the Base App more to get a feel for what it's about and the difference between the two. It's much newer, obviously, so it should not be expected to be as polished as Farcaster, and in my opinion, it's not. But it is also better than it was a few months ago during the beta. It will be interesting to see how the two develop forward from here. Agree. Farcaster, the protocol, is now probably the most notable multi-client social network in the brief history of crypto, something I've been looking forward to seeing for a long time. And one of the other casts I didn't pull, I don't think, or maybe I did, is Vitalik casted a blog piece, but he casted from Firefly app, which I thought was really cool to see. So it's exciting to kind of see the diversification happening. This from UserSteam. The Base App is too complex. If it's justification is to onboard users to the eco. The cohorts has Coinbase account already, knows Coinbase, but no account. TBA is multiple levels more advanced than Coinbase. You can maybe get that first cohort, but the second cohort is tough. That's a good point. The friends I showed TBA were like, what the fuck is this? They're smart as shit in finance and in first two cohorts. Heck, I still don't get the app. I ended up onboarding via Farcaster, way less noisy, not perfect though. Let's be honest, most degens are already here. We're likely not converting people who aren't here yet and turning them into heavy users, not at scale, definitely not quickly, which is app is designed to attempt. The elephant, content coins are a psychotic thing to throw at these people. Forget the poor UX. The concept is simply madness. The onboarding ramp needs to be way more smoother. TBA should be even easier than Farcaster, not the other way around. Okay. We've had a lot of discussions, like probably the biggest discussion still. Probably the biggest discussion in 2025 has been content coins. The difference in the past couple of weeks while we've been off is that more people who were kind of not on Farcaster, not in Base App beta, are chiming in. And those voices are a little bit louder. Some of it's positive and some of it's not. But this is definitely the biggest discussion that's happening. And I'll just shift right into real Gary Tan. Real Gary Tan, as opposed to Gary Tan, which is also real.
The real Gary Tan.
Which is also real. So I just have to say that every time. So real Gary Tan launched his creator coin and is playing around with it. And I want to say this before I say anything else. I appreciate the effort. He is learning by doing. He is doing all the things. He's holding, he's buying back. He's, I think he burned some, like he's doing all the things with a creator coin that you should do. He's creating content, all the things. So it's been interesting to watch him do that. But this cast got a little bit of attention. This is from him. The top 5 creator coins on Zora are the creator of Base, Me, the Nick Shirley, as of right now, who exposed the Minnesota fraud, didn't expose, but went viral for it. Balaji and the creator of Zora. What a time to be alive. And the what a time to be alive got attention. got some comments. Got a few comments. And then he's, diving in with a lot of people and asking about the different things. But I think Derek kind of summed it up here. Coinbase employee, Coinbase investor, Coinbase paid to join, ex-Coinbase employee, Coinbase partner. And then creator coins do not work. They do not work. If I were building a consumer startup with millions of dollars and tens of employees that the leaderboard looked like this, we would pivot. Okay. So from there, we also got a couple other things. This was from Thread Guy. We're not going to watch it. It's about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. And it was actually very good. And I am not the biggest Thread Guy fan. I'm just going to be honest. We just, I'm not his target audience.
Different vibe.
I'll just put it that way. Different vibe. But he's saying a lot of things I've been saying. Like he's saying, he's a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, but he's saying it from a trader perspective. And keep in mind, he does have a trader bias in terms of like the reason he did this was because he lost some money on, I think it was the Gary Tan coin. So keep that, or no, it was the Nick Shirley one. So keep that in mind. But also he is really giving a good trader perspective on this topic. Because a lot of times we're talking about it from the creator perspective, which also, we've had our own criticism about, but he's giving it from the trader perspective. And I think that's important because you need these two things for this ecosystem to work. So give that a look. And then we had this to top it off. I think the day after the system update event and the opening up of the Base app to a lot more folks, we saw Brian like kind of absorbing the feedback and talking about it on Twitter and has continued to talk about it. And this was his post on X, which he basically said, people are having strong reactions to creator coins. Some love it, some hate it. I'm not seeing a ton of love. At least they aren't ignoring it. All constructive feedback welcome, and even better if you post it on Base. What do you all think? And basically going into, this is a big experiment. We're going to continue to iterate. We do need to ship fast and to learn things, like that kind of thinking. But also recognizing that he hears there's, everything's not perfect. All right. Thoughts on any of that? Like, I feel like the second half of 2025, really all of it, but really into the second half, like probably starting in the summer, like May, June. We've talked about this like multiple times a week.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of having the same conversation.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. And I think we're going to continue to have it is the problem.
Yeah.
I think we're going to continue to have it because
It
I don't
bother
think
me.
we haven't solved the problem, whatever the problem is. So yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not bothered by the creator coins. I'm not convinced it's what the world needs, but I just have I don't know. Like I think there's so many people who are taking personal offense to it. And I think, I have nothing new to say, maybe. I'm very sympathetic to the argument that compared to like Web 2 existing socials that people are getting, like that there is financial, that there's like finances attached to attention. Creators are creating all the content and not getting paid. How do you fix that? So it's kind of like the put a market for everything.
Right.
Sure, go ahead. I don't know if you saw the quote I casted from the conclusion, like the afterword of 1929 about markets.
Yes.
And that was even, I was
Yes.
subcasting someone else, but it was like markets are not meant to measure virtue or morality, or it's really just like a price discovery tool. Like they're really free markets are really good for price discovery. So then it comes down to like, well, what should the price of a social media post be? What should the price of, and I think the posts are very different than creator.
Right.
And then if you're buying a creator coin or you're buying a post, what are you actually buying? Like, what should that price be? And I feel like for the most obvious answer is close to zero or rounds to zero for most of social media posts. So I think the market's doing a great job telling us that.
And I think it depends on like the way I think the way you and I think about creator coins and those type of things, or even clankers that are creator coins, is if I'm buying your coin, I'm looking at it almost like a tip to the creator. I am not speculating for the most part. Every once in a while, I'll be like, okay, this one could have a moment. And I might speculate. And it almost always is bad. Like it almost always goes bad. It doesn't work out. Real Gary Tan might be my only win, my only W in the whole list.
Did you sell it? But did you sell it already? Or are you holding it?
I sold what I put in plus, times 2.
Okay.
And that was it. So I made a little profit. I've 2x'd what I put in and I'm holding the rest. But I put in tiny, like, that was a $5 buy. I'm not, there's no general weight. I never look at this generational wealth is waiting for me on the other side of this creator coin. So I think that the intentions are good. The experiment is worthwhile. It's like, but how long do you experiment? And how long, and is this going to be the thing that moves the needle? No. What's probably going to move the needle and bring normies to something like Base, and I think it might be too late, but we'll see, is prediction markets. I do. I really do. I think that's the next thing that's going to attract a lot of people. I think we're going to see it in every social aspect. And why I say it might be too late is that, if they're already on Robinhood and they can get the same thing there, they might just stay there. It may not make them move, but maybe it will. But I don't think content coins are going to be the thing that does it. But we'll see. I think app coins are different, even though they're all meme coins. Let me rephrase that. Let me say that one more time. Legally, they're all meme coins. But when I think of something that is attached to a project, those always do. When the project is legit and a good builder, they always do generally way better than a creator coin. They just do. So because if you're continuously driving attention, and that's what it all comes down to, they're all attention coins. If you're continuously driving attention with a project, more people are apt to buy it, or if it has some kind of use case within that project, like Bracky. Like I just bought more Bracky the other day because I was like, oh, it took a dip. Let me, snatch some up. Better's the same thing. Minted merch, like all these ones that are actually using the token in some fun way.
Yes, if you can use the token inside of a mini app, right, then there's utility. Right? It's like you're using it. You're getting something for it. The creator coin comes down to then why do you want to own it? It's because it's like it's either speculation, right? Because other people too, but it comes down to brand identity, and it's a little bit of like status. Like I own some of Real Gary Tan. That's it's like the same way I have the logos on my sweatshirts or my sneakers. Like, why am I? It's just status.
Yeah.
Like you just own a piece of
right.
something that other people
buying
think
it.
is cool.
Yeah, I'm buying it because I want to show it off my wallet, or I'm buying it because I think maybe Gary Tan's going to do something with it somewhere down the line. Most of the time that is not true, but occasionally it can be. I like what Jordan was saying in here. Your Berserker, who's co-founded Empire Builder, I think reducing the scarcity part of digital scarcity as a feature for on-chain makes things a bit more tricky. And then in my opinion, creator coins, content coins are likely best positioned as top of funnel marketing, not as the full value prop of the creator. Agree. Or as a way to build communication and rewards for those who you create for, who engage with you, et cetera, gives them an opportunity to support you, gives you a way to maybe reward them, your top supporters and things like that. So, and I think that Empire Builder is another tool that I think is one of the best ones out there that is a little bit underappreciated in terms of giving tools to people who create clankers and who create content coins or whatever. It's a really good tool for that kind of thing. And we need more of those, because giving the creators more tools that utilize their token is going to be the flywheel that needs to happen. Yeah. And we're just not there yet. So.
What if people want to learn more about Empire Builder, Prof? Do you have any advice?
You know what they could do? They could go to the Clankcaster Spotlight playlist, and you will find an interview with your Berserker that talks all about it, and we detailed it. So go take a look at that. But yeah, and I think he signed off because he's in Europe and he's tired. I don't know. We do have a few things from some builders while we were gone. So let's dive into a few of those things. And then we're going to do some New Year's kind of stuff. This is from Rish at Nanar. Nanar now allows setting up webhooks by just describing what you want. On dev.nanar.com, just open up the AI chat and tell it what events you want to track. It will set up a webhook, create the filters, no need for you to understand how they work, and send you a confirmation. So, for example, if you want to get events for replies in a channel, you don't need to understand things like parent hash anymore. Just type out what you want, try it, and send us feedback. So that seems cool. I knew what that was. Dev, does that seem cool?
Is this a good thing? Super cool. Yes.
Okay, good. Just checking. Okay, great.
Yeah.
This was from Compreni, who is I think is one of the Tippin devs. The great smelt of 2025 begins, and this was a couple weeks ago, but it was right after we were off and we didn't get a chance to talk about this. Thanks to token creators who coordinated with us. If you want to get weird with us, deposit any of these coins into upgrader.co. If you have a coin that has greater than 1 ETH in liquidity, hit me up. We're going to be rolling these coins in a fresh Christmas upgrade. Details forthcoming. I don't think this is still live anymore, but what they did was take these coins, put it as liquidity for a new coin called Coal, and then distributed that. And I just thought that was a very creative sort of condo kind of way of like sweeping things out that maybe you're done with, or that didn't take off quite so much. So there you go. Then we had this. By the way, don't I look fabulous? I want to look just like this with my dog. This is the Better Awards, and we cannot go through them because it's too many and it's too long, and there's 18 different like casts involved. So this was from Toady Hawk. It's time for the Betties, and here's how it's going to go. We have 18 amazing Best of Better awards to give out across various categories. Some qualitative, some quantitative, all in good fun. Each winner receives $100 worth of Better, plus a 100 or 1,000 Better Karma bump just in time for our airdrop claim and a special NFT. So this was really fun to watch. There was a lot of different categories. It was really fun to see who, got different things. And then Burr was doing some appreciation airdrops to folks. And thanks, Burr. We appreciate you appreciating us. So go check this out. If you just go to Toady Hawk's profile, you'll see them all there. And congrats to all the winners. Okay, this was the balance of power that Vitalik wrote. And please note, sent from the Firefly app, which I just thought was very cool. But Vitalik's starting to write again. So go check that out. He's been active. He's been very active over the holidays. He's backwards from everybody else. It's like,
I was very not active. I was very inactive over the holidays.
Mookie says hi.
Mookie, hi.
Hi, Mookie.
I missed our dog show.
I know, it was so good. This also happened while we were gone. Pengu on the Sphere, amazing, incredible. So they had the whole outside of the Sphere for, I think it was for a week. They had this animation going in at the Las Vegas Sphere. Incredible. I was like, this is amazing. Really cool. I love this. So cool. It was super cute. It's long too. It's like a minute long or something, this animation. So very cool. Congrats to Luca and team for pulling this off. It was awesome to see it. And we talked about this, I think it was with Jake, talking about like when you have IRL things, the online attention is the extra bonus, right? Yeah. You got everyone talking about this. So it was all over crypto Twitter, just talking about this. So it's not necessarily just the IRL thing, but it's what happens, when people share it. So yeah, so that was really cool. Really cool to see. So congrats, Pudgy Penguins team. And lastly, from our builders, and then we're going to jump into some New Year's stuff. This is from Late Night on Base, and this is from me, but we were experimenting with Late Night on Base auction, and this is new, where you can possibly get an opportunity to work with and collaborate with a creator or with a team. Toady had something on there where you could bid to be on there with Better. This is the auction house, and we had an auction that we experimented with. Hopefully it'll let me look at it. Good. And this was our winner. So shout out to Sparks, who was our first bidder at 37. And Late Night on Base, Ryan Kagi of the creators, and Pearls and Lace. So Pearls and Lace was the winner. I reached out to see what cast they wanted to share. They did not get back with me. So I'm going to, let me do this. Just share their profile, give them a shout out. Very new person, DYOR. Is all I'm gonna say. But they did.
But they're getting their shout.
But they're getting their shout out. I did reach out. They didn't get back to me in time. I don't know if it's a time zone thing. But they did just mint a howler. So there you go. So shout out to the howlers. The howlers getting a shout out today because I don't have any other cast for them. So there you go. So thanks, Pearls and Lace, for bidding. And we'll be experimenting with this again with the auction house. I'm going to put one up later today. And I think I'm going to try to do it in Bracky for this one because you can use any token. And the reason I'm going to use Bracky is it's going to be for our Monday show. So you can be a guest curator. You'll get to pick a cast that we'll share. You'll get a shout out on the show. There will be a $37 reserve price, so if all of you get together and put $1 in, you can do it jointly if you'd want. Exactly. Have to do it that way. So go give that a look. It'll be up probably later today. It will close on Sunday, and I'll do it later today and help close it on Sunday for Monday's show to make sure I have enough time to get your cast. We do reserve editorial approval for the cast. It does have to be, can't be NSFW, all that kind of stuff. So little experiment that we're going to do for the next, we'll probably experiment for the month of January and just play around with it, and we'll see how it goes. So if you're interested in being a curator, a guest curator, look for the auctions popping up probably every other day. And there we go. All right. So let me open up my New Year's list.
And yes, it's like QR coin, but it's on GM Farcaster.
Yeah, exactly. I wish it had some of the features of QR. Like I would like some more of the like QR has some really good features that I wish it had. So, but we'll get there.
Well, the main one's new, so we'll give Bill some feedback and add to it. And Prof, we can maybe play around with like at certain minimum threshold. We can do different things. Like if it hits an X, we can do the clip and post it later. We can play around with attention.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. If yes, they do count as NSFW. Nobody wants to see that on the show unless there's a toe spacer involved. That's different. There's a toe spacer. We might be able to do that.
Yeah, tongue scrapers. Okay,
tongue scrapers are fine. Yeah, you know what? I think Euler Lagrange has not seen this opportunity to bid yet, so I'm sure people are going to get funny with this when they realize what we're doing. So I'm looking forward to seeing some creativity. This is us a couple days ago.
We made the news.
We made the news. I thought I'd show. This is our biannual meetup. Usually we meet up in the summer and we meet up when you're down here in Florida. So this was fun. It was fun to see you in IRL. This was us planning our world domination. Folks asked if this was the TARDIS. It's not. It's not the official one anyway. There's been some fun try-emerge or other things. Oh, come on. For New Year's Eve. And this one was really fun. This isn't a try-emerge, but this is Manifest Your 2026 New Year from Base WTF, who creates his own little frames there. And this was really fun. This one came out great. This is us and Burtwurst and Horsefacts hanging out. I created one with Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper, and it was rough. It took I had to iterate that thing. I didn't realize I could edit the prompt either. I finally found that because I kept like creating new ones, and that was a disaster. Sorry, A-Town. But I finally got it to work. But yeah, so there you go. You can go create your own if you'd like. But there were a lot of fun ones out there today. Let me grab, and then we had this from TLDR, which was really nice to see if it will come up for me. I don't know what this next one is. This is when my computer's like done for the day. Dear Farcaster, for me, I'm sure this is from TLDR, to be clear, not for me. For me, I'm sure I will always look back on 2025 as the year of Bracky. I didn't know that would be the case, actually. Bracky was conceived on December 31st, 2024, and shipped on January 11th, 2025. Phew. It has been really fun building this product out together over the year, with Farcaster at the very center of what we're doing. Farcaster's sincere combination of social space and builder culture tools has pulled a product out of us that I believe is going to make a mark on the world. It's social, it's unexpected, it's exciting, it's positive sum, and it's just getting started. Thank you sincerely, Merkle team and Farcaster community as a whole for a busy, positive, and memorable year. I'm extremely excited to win together in 2026. So, and my first thought was, oh my God, Bracky just launched this year.
Yeah.
It hasn't been with us forever. That was my thought. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that was this year. Then we had this from Fred Wilson. What happened in 2025? You can go ahead and read that on Paragraph. Always love Fred's posts, so go check that out. Then we have this from you. Actually, I'm going to circle back to that. Hold on hold on. There's another one I want to do. Let me do this one first. This is from A16Z Crypto, 17 things they're excited about for crypto in 2026. I'm not going to read all this, but it was really interesting. And some of these, I didn't exactly know what they meant by it. So I did have to go in and read it. Like the rise of staked media was interesting, the way they're thinking about that. Like, and it's more about like having a stake in what you're building.
Yes.
Is what I was
or a stake in what you're covering.
And what you're covering. Yes. Like,
yes.
Improving your expertise or your knowledge or your truth a little bit or something like that.
You and I should probably read it so that we can react to it. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did read it. And I read that part a couple times because I was like, okay, I'm not fully understanding where they're going with this, but I kind of do. Like if you're tying it to like prediction markets and things like that. And that was part of it.
My interpretation of it was like, is like, we want media to be so neutral.
Yeah, I got that
it's
too.
Like, right. Except now you've got this concept of, well, media doesn't need to be neutral. And not only do I have a stake in what I'm going to cover, but it's provable because it's on chain.
Right.
And what is that? What I don't know. I found
I have to think about that more. Yeah, I think it's almost, I don't think that was the most clear. A lot of these other ones were pretty clear and made sense. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk about privacy, obviously, which is so in conflict with like open and transparent. I don't know. It's like there's a lot of things that don't mesh. So I'm not sure what direction we're going in, but it was very interesting, and I highly recommend giving it a read for sure. They talk about the invisible tax on the open web. I'm like, what does that mean? That was about like how we're starting to lose the like free stuff, and how do we replace that? Like the free and open information. So anyway, very interesting. Go give that a read. And what was this one? Come on. Everything's just moving very slow right now. Sorry about that. And then I'll jump into this. Come on. This was something you had asked that I wanted to throw out there. We'll be starting up our Farcaster spotlights again on Monday. We have Tim TLDR from Bracky coming on. I will have a co-host on that day. Burr, hopefully she'll be feeling better. Send her positive vibes. And she'll be co-hosting with me, and we'll be talking about the latest for Bracky as our next Farcaster spotlight. So check that out on Monday. But also, who else do you want to see in the new year that you would like us to highlight from the Clankerverse? And I see Clankermon mentioned, Derek, Toady. These are all on our list. Clankermon we've been talking with. We just haven't got a date yet. And then I love how Bricks Bounty signed my bags, of course. But Bricks, we already did Glanker. We already did. That was your Berserker. Go check it out. It's really good. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should definitely listen to it.
There's so many. So we've
got to get Derek on just to talk to him about so many things.
But also native.
Also native.
Also native. Derek is so much more than native.
So much more than that.
But yeah, we do a weekly deep dive on a Clanker. There's so many, maybe we should do one on yak shit.
No.
It'll be over in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think we need to.
We will. There's no deep dive. It's very shallow.
It's very shallow dive. Watch your head. Watch your head on the shallow dive.
Don't dive in. Yeah.
Don't dive in. All right, let's dive into our stuff. So this was from you. So we're going to kind of do a little look back at 2025. So this is from Adrienne. Okay, so who makes New Year's resolutions? I only started really getting into them in the past 5 years. And I wish I had done them sooner because they seem to work. When I first started, I did intentions, which are more broadly general directions, instead of specific resolutions, but that worked so well, I've started making them more specific. I haven't decided exactly what mine will be yet, but I started writing down ideas in my notes app and document them in the next few weeks. When I wonder why I didn't start sooner in my life, I think it comes down to two things. Working at large companies, we do annual goal setting, which I hated, and I put a lot of energy into work, and that probably satisfied the itch to make a resolution. And two, I think I was a little scared of failure and subconsciously preferred to not commit to anything and avoid failure over making a resolution I wouldn't keep. Timeline feels pretty negative to me at the moment, but I personally find this time of year to be the most optimistic. I agree with that. A time to look inward and reflect on the past year and make some decisions about how to make the next year even better. I love that thinking. I spent yesterday looking back at things, and I have a cast that I'm gonna just touch on. Because I know I asked you, I'm like, give me your top 5 things, like just be ready so we can talk about that. Um, and there's but I also was looking at it from like, what did I do? What did I accomplish? And one of the things you said when we met, you read me the list of the goals from 2025 that you had written down for GM Farcaster that like we had talked about and stuff like that. Do you want to revisit that real quick? Because that was a great list. And
sure. Do I need to find it?
You hit a lot of them. Like we hit a lot of them. And that was the part that I thought was really cool in terms of for what we did. And then the other thing that really struck me as I was going through even just my photos were bringing me like different events and different things that have happened over the years, but also screenshots of things.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God, that happened. Oh, that happened. Oh, that was this year. The wallet came out this year. The embedded wallet in Farcaster was this year. We lost the trending feed this year and the emojis. Ted and Woj came to work for Farcaster, and Ted and Woj left Farcaster. Like that was this year. Crypto the Game was this year when Ted won.
When we've done this in the past, I've gone just to our YouTube page and I just look at the thumbnails and I remember like what we were talking about. Also like the backgrounds, like you would look at our virtual backgrounds. And I did that yesterday on my flight, like you asked me to, and I was on my phone. So I had so much, I had such a harder time looking at our guests from this year and connecting it to what was kind of happening on the timeline. And I think it's a factor of Farcaster being so much bigger this year.
Yeah.
So, when we first started, everyone's like, how are you doing 29 minutes of news? What is there to talk about? And we're like,
21 minutes.
Yeah, but
we were doing 21.
That was dude. Yeah. But there were always something to talk about. But we would like, it's like you would move a button and then the entire timeline would make memes about it. And we would have an entire episode talking about a button. And that was what the entire network would talk about. And it was so fun. But those moments don't happen anymore.
Very rarely.
Not
in the same way.
In the same way. Like they're not as impactful. So we had like more guests this year than we've ever had. And maybe because you're having so much more, they don't feel as monumental or like substantial or significant.
Yeah. As big. It doesn't feel like as big of a moment, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, the first time we had Dan on the show was such a big deal. Like,
huge.
We've got the founder of Farcaster. And now it's like, I don't know how many. He comes by all the time.
4 or 5 times this year. I can't remember how many times. It was a lot. Like it wasn't uncommon, which was great. And thank you, Dan. We appreciate you. And we had Dan and Varun at FarCon too. Yeah. So we had them both together at FarCon in our little podcast booth. So what did we accomplish this year from your list?
Okay.
If you found it.
So one of my goals that we had written down for 2025 for GM Farcaster was really lean into technology and be the new in new media. So people talk about new media as just like kind of live streams and podcasts. We want to like, what does that even mean further? So this is like Warpy. By the way, Warpy was not Warpy a year ago. Do you know that?
No. was
was
GMFC 101.
101, had only access, I think, to the Farcaster 101 content.
Yeah.
And wasn't very smart. Still not very smart, but full-fledged AI bot, that has access to all of our transcripts. Also that anyone can search now. So you don't even have to tag the bot. You can search through all of our transcripts using natural language, everything we've ever said online. One of my goals was to create something called a V2 frame.
Crazy.
What is that?
We call that a mini app now. Do you remember FAP? We went through this FAP moment where everyone was like, we're going to call it Farcaster apps or FAPs. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're not calling it that.
Because no one liked V2 frames. So they were FAPs. And the reason we were going to create a frame was because we wanted people to watch our live stream without leaving Warpcast. Okay, Warpcast.
Yep. Oh, Warpcast became Farcaster this year. Yes.
That also happened. Again. So we have a mini app. We didn't have a mini app before. Mm-hmm. I wanted to keep defining what it means to be on-chain first for a media company. And which gets harder, ironically.
Harder. Actually harder than it was when we started, which is interesting.
And when
very
we started
hard to scale. You can't scale yet, just strictly.
And also we were doing nothing but NFTs. Yeah. Like we only distributed recordings on Zora for season 1. And we only live streamed on Unlonely when we got started. Yep. And we had about 15 people who would come and hang out in the beginning. And that was great, but it's very hard to monetize and grow. Build a business around 15 people. So now we're everywhere. Thank you. Okay, one of our goals was to grow a network.
Yeah, that's one thing we did not do. We tried. It's probably the hardest, the thing that I thought would be easy and has been so hard.
Yeah. I mean, we still have all the old content, but we had Dylan was streaming the hub. Yeah. So I think he did about 12 episodes.
Vibe check. Yeah.
Then he got hired by Base. I was like, hey, by Coinbase. I'm like, Dylan, are you still going to do this? He's like, yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah, I'll have time. No. Dylan's best. And then, vibe check with the Woofy.
Vibe check with the Woofy, which I think is coming back.
Cast out. Like cast out, live poker.
Live poker. Yep.
Even if we're producing, they're still kind of beyond news. Yeah. Like, so
it's beyond the core. Beyond the core.
Yeah. We wanted to push a variety of mediums. So beyond live streams, podcasts, which we really haven't done, but newsletters. So we do the GM Farcaster newsletter. And
we're talking about, this is an area where we could do better. We have our weekly one and we have the, what Brad was doing with 29 seconds, but we really could use like something that's more topic based, I think. So anyway, we'll figure that out.
We have attracting VIP guests.
Oh, nailed it.
To talk about their Farcaster perspectives. So we had Fred Wilson, good get on our part by happening to be at FarCon when he was there.
We're counting it.
And we had other VIP guests, but the other ones on my list have not shown up yet.
We still have a few. Maybe we got to get. Yeah. A few more this year. Goal for this year.
Yeah. And then we said we would double down on what works. So niche focus on Farcaster. Because no one else is doing that. So we are Farcaster native media. And so that means celebrating Farcaster founders, culture, and innovations. We talked about how when Warpcast rebranded to Farcaster, we were glad we weren't GM Warpcast, which we were never going to be.
We're never going to do that.
Also, it is confusing now with multiple clients.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think a lot of people on the Farcaster protocol are coming from the Base app.
And a lot of them don't realize they are. So that's been something that we probably could do better in the new year of educating. And so it's something to think about there. Because we know this inside and out, and we probably need to find a way to help
right
there.
And also like people who are on the Base app should be watching the show from the Base app without leaving in our mini app, and like all the news we're covering is Base app news, but people don't know. So also if anyone's listening and has ideas who are like the marketing gurus, I'm not inclined to rebrand what we're doing. But how do we make that better? Because right now, mostly we just say and Base App.
Yep. And Base App. Yeah, we could do better in that.
So anyway, and we talked about building community, really focusing on our community, particularly for our hyper sub members. And I think mostly that's around like flagship in-person events. So FarCon and ETH Denver.
Yep.
Also,
we do have our store. We do send out different discounts for them. So that happens, which I need to do that again. Give them a new one. We need to refresh our store. We haven't done much with the store. We could do better. We could do more there. We could do more. Yeah, we did do a collab with Minted Merch too. So we have cast out merch. So that happened this year. So that was fun.
Community wise, and we have our group chat, which is fun, but mostly it's like the chatters. So like the people who are on, like who live stream and chat. I can't even tell you. I think I would not do this if it were not for you. So.
Yeah. And a lot of you are in the chat right now. So Mika Doe and Symbio and Miriam's back, and we love Miriam. And yes to crypto, and who else is here a lot? Jake Holt, I think that's Jonathan, right? Hi, Zoe. Cat Cartel's been showing up a lot lately.
Sparks.
Is that Sparks? Yeah. And but there's a ton of you. I actually had asked Nanar to give me a list of those who I tag a lot, and it was giving me it didn't give me the chatters. I was trying to get the chatters.
Oh, you do
it didn't give me the right thing. It was giving me anybody I tag. But there's some of you who show up all the time, and we really, really appreciate you. So just want to make sure. But even if you're just here every once in a while, we appreciate you as well. Is that Priyanka? Hi, Priyanka. I don't know if that's our Priyanka, but I assume so. Yeah. Amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
Go ahead.
Do it. And then the other things we did not have a year ago. So I said the goal was to grow up.
Yeah.
The first one was to create a website. Like we literally didn't have a website a year ago. So
we had a card.
GMFarcaster.com exists now. Like we had a splash page that just had like,
that's it.
Yeah, it was it. So we have a website, build a media kit. We built our media kit. So for our partners, we were going to 10x our YouTube subscribers. I think we did about 2.5x. We did 2.5x, not 10x, but not 10x. Maybe this is the year.
That needs to be, I think for me, that's one of the bigger focuses is growing the YouTube and Twitter as well, just because they grab so much attention.
Yeah.
And if you're over on Twitter right now, we love you. Say hi. We love you. We do.
Professionalize operations, get work emails, shared calendars, banking tools like Splits, shout out Splits.
Shout out Splits.
And yes, we have work emails. So we are grown up. This was our grown up. And the final goal was to line up premier sponsors so we would have reliable revenue for all of 2026. So we could start the year nice and relaxed. That did not happen.
Really. Not really. Not for the whole year. Hold on.
We're still in founder mode.
I'm doing my shout out Splits hat. I still had it handy. We love you, Splits.
And our last goal was after growing up, we said not too grown up. So keep having fun. And we have to follow our passion and curiosity.
That we have done. That we have definitely done. Do you have your top 5 things? And do you have them in any kind of
shareable format?
Yeah. That I didn't do. We should have done that.
No, I was
you were fine.
Still on vacation, Prof.
Well, let me go through mine and jump in where you want to. How about that? I'll go through mine.
You didn't tell me to prepare.
I know. I should have been a little bit more specific. But all right. So I went through and like pulled my favorite episodes, my favorite moments, and a few other pictures and things like that. So I started with like most recent, and then I went a little bit backwards, but to my favorites. But the show with Burtwurst was so fun. And just Burtwurst in general has been one of my favorite things from 2025. like Bertwurst coming on to the platform and being this personality that kind of took over just for me has been a joy. Our Clankcaster spotlights were really fun. We had some great interviews. If you have not checked it out, and you can check out this thread, has links to all these different episodes or the playlists, so you can go check them all out. So this is the Clankcaster Spotlight playlist. So we finally got to talk to Deployer. Like that was amazing. And we talked about Ham, and we talked about Banker. We talked about all the things. So check that one out. Minted merch, Your Berserker for Empire Builder, the Dude for Bribe, DJ and Communist for Scum, Farhouse, Jake for QR, and then Deployer for Banker. And thank you to Push, who's been doing incredible clips. So in addition to in this cast is also in this part of the thread, also has the link to the edits by Push, the ones that he's been doing. And they're so good. So go check them out. They're so good. That was one of the surprising things that came out of Cast Out, actually, was him doing a clip. Wasn't it Cast Out? Or no, it was what was it? When did he do the first clip? Oh, it was DJ and Communist. Wasn't it DJ and Communist? Was it that one?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Oh, yes. About something about, and it was like a Dan joke, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
can't remember what the first one was.
I'll check this playlist.
I thought it was Cast Out for some reason. But it was amazing. Like, and he caught our attention, and we're like, okay, who are you?
Can we hire you?
Pay you? Can we
hire you? We can. Okay. You just reminded me of something, going back to Push's edits. I know we're covering like our top 5 like favorite things of last year. Can we talk about the things we hated from this past year? Vertical video.
Oh, you know what? I thought of that, and then I forgot to put it in this thing of like one of the things that happened was like the massive push for vertical video that lasted for like 2 months.
But it was also like, okay, everybody needs to be vertical video creators today. And then specifically, I felt attacked because we do the show in horizontal video, and we weren't posting enough clips, apparently.
I know.
So I was like, oh, I need to become a clip maker. And I just have to say, the internet is full of vertical video.
Yes.
And it is not easy to make.
No.
It is so hard. Even I was like, oh yeah, just take some clips. So I was really unhappy about the schlep that had to get done for us to be doing clips, but we're doing them.
But we learned things. And we learned, and thank you. And like the AI has gotten better over the year.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that pull right from StreamYard have gotten much better. So
and we have Push.
And we have Push now.
I just wanted to really shout out Push for saving my life.
He totally saved us. Yeah. Totally saved us. Amazing. We had 2 seasons of Cast Out in this past year. First one was Lil Island, and the second one was Return to Meme Coin Island. Both really fun. Last one was very challenging. Learned a lot. And I'll just put it, I learned a lot about human nature. So I'll put that. In related news, crypto the game.
I was going to say, speaking of human nature, I know we talked about creator coins earlier in the show, and I had nothing to say because I was done. But at the end of the day, I think that's what this comes out. Like, that's why it's so difficult is the damn humans.
Well, of course.
Everything.
Of course. They always ruin things. Crypto the Game was another one. They, not us. Crypto the Game got to play, finally. And Ted won, finally. But that experience was like its own thing, man. The recap show is hysterical. Like, it's so funny. Go watch it. You missed all of Crypto the Game. You just watch this, you'll get it. It was so good. So funny.
Wait, Ted won Crypto the Game in 2025?
Yes.
Stop.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, I kept going through this going, wait, that was this year? Yes, that was this year.
I don't believe you.
Yes. It's while she was working for Farcaster. Remember? She's like, I hope Dan lets me play. It's the whole thing. Yeah. Then we did Farcaster Fridays. We did poker. We did Lil Poker. We did Aptos Poker. Those were really fun. Plus, we did trivia, and that was really fun. And people keep asking me when we're bringing back trivia, and the answer is I don't know. Stop asking me.
Wow.
The Clankermon team is very busy, so I don't know.
Oh.
But hopefully someday. Base Camp, and I really wish this had a cover image. Base Camp was really fun, and Siege got engaged. So that was so fun to talk about when we did the recap show, and that was really fun. And also, there was another one where I laughed my butt off. The recap things, I think, were some of the biggest laughs that I had all year, because just talking about things that happen and listening to like Kat and Moon Poppy talking about getting stuck on the mountain. So funny. So funny. So funny.
Okay. I have a question. Do you think it would be appropriate or inappropriate when we do our goal setting for the year?
I literally know where she's going with this. I know where she's going with this.
Okay. Can I make it a goal for GM Farcaster to cover Siege's wedding, or is that stepping over the line?
I don't know that it's going to happen this year.
So. Well, also I put in all these, like, we also haven't had Brian Armstrong as a guest on our show. So you got to put, they're called stretch goals.
Stretch goals.
Oh, because you don't know when her date is. She doesn't have a date yet.
I don't even know when she's getting married. Yeah. I don't even know if it's this year.
I'm just saying.
But there you go.
Can I make that an official GM Farcaster goal? Because
yes, I mean, you need media coverage, Siege, for your wedding. Clip that.
Yes, clip that.
We need to make sure we share that with her. So funny.
Do you guys know that actually works? We have an AI that when you say clip that, does clip things for us sometimes. Sometimes works.
CTG landed me a job this year. Amazing. That's amazing. And so did poker. So did Farcaster Fridays. So amazing. Moving on, a few more things. We had our 300th episode in New York City as part of the Aptos experience. What is behind you now?
It's my favorite moment of the year. Hold on.
Oh, yes. I was just like, why am I in there?
Oh, here, I'll fix it. Wait, which way?
Other way. Yeah. Perfect. Ted and Woj.
Hi, Ted and Woj. Who's behind you, though?
CoffeeZilla.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember what was happening, but I forgot what was happening. I have to go look back at what that was. I want to say it was like, was it BitBoy? Some big scammer. Oh no, I think it was it I know what it was. It was Libra, or not Libra. Was it Libra? It was the Argentinian president. And he had interviewed the Hayden guy, and his expressions during the interview were amazing. That's what it was. Anyway, that happened this year. I forgot that was this year. So big now behind you. So funny. All right. So Aptos experience, that was really fun in terms of like doing the 300th episode there. Was a lot of fun to be able to have the live studio audience. So thank you, Poan and JC for that. FarCon New York. Amazing. We had some amazing speakers. We had some amazing interviews up in the podcast booth. You can find them all in the playlist, the FarCon NYC playlist that's on our YouTube page. That's actually the playlist there. Just looks like it's Jesse twice. It's not. But Jesse's talk is great. Fred Wilson's is so good. Like, just go listen to it. It's evergreen. Requires like, yeah, it does. It's so good when he talks about SoundCloud and just all the things he learned from those early days. So good. Eat Denver, when we interviewed Dan, when Dan was on the floor of Eat Denver,
looking lost,
but also looking so happy. And I was like, So funny.
First time. Was that his first crypto conference?
No.
He's never been. No, I know.
Like it recently, yes. And it was just so funny. And we had a
It
great
was
chat.
great.
It was such a fun time. And then at the matcha house and all that. So it was really fun. I know. Can you remember? It's like unbelievable that this was this year. And then probably my number one moment is sort of two-parter. Was definitely my favorite episode was Dish and Dan on DWR talking to us about the Clanker acquisition. It was our by far largest audience. It was off the wall. Really fun chat. I was glad that we were in a position to sort of be like the breaking news, because we knew all the players and knew what was going on, and like just it felt like a great moment and opportunity for us. So I really loved that moment. Second to only the day after FarCon, like the Monday after FarCon, which we were not going to stream. And then Sunday night, everything came out about Proxy and Clanker, and like he was leaving Clanker and all that. So we like emergency decided to do a stream. And up to that point, that was one of our biggest streams. Like at that point. Because everyone was like, what's going on? And we're like, I don't know. We're going to talk it through.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We don't know
Break
anything.
that news. Break the news.
We're going to break the news. But we didn't know anything. It was crazy. Because we
were
just in, we were just with all these folks.
Yeah.
And we didn't know anything. We didn't know any of it was happening. So it was crazy. So those are my favorite moments. But
so I'm going to copy your homework. And I also think the Dish and Dan Clanker acquisition episode was my favorite of the year.
Was it? Okay.
Yes. Because I don't have another one. And that's a good answer.
That's a good answer. I will shout out a few more things. Like I mentioned, Embedded Wallet launched this year, as did Collectibles. And just really funny. So and the trending feed was left us, but I actually collected V's cast of the trending feed being removed. Giblify happened this year, like that moment where everyone was Giblifying absolutely everything. And we launched that coin. And then Caitlyn Jenner Giblified her Olympic moment and then bought Giblify the coin, the meme coin that I had launched, which was bizarre. Sora with an S.
Right.
Was this year, like when it was everywhere and that was all that anyone was doing. The Coldplay people. So crazy. And Love Island. Just a couple of memeable moments that actually found their way to Farcaster. I think Emerge has been one of the most fun things that have popped up this year, like the most fun mini app where I've just created so many things, but also it's capturing those moments that happen. Yeah. So like our Basil with people's thing and like capturing those moments, the Labubu craze, like within.
And then you need a gallery, right? If you look at you look at the gallery of all the emerges that have done over the year, you should be able to visually kind of do a like a timeline.
A little look back. Yeah. And I noticed that as I was looking through, I'm like, oh, this is really fun. Well, like I have some really fun ones here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the lore app. We built that lore app this year too.
Yes. The lore app was this year.
We could do our GM Farcaster lore app with emerges like sprinkled in. We need a timeline.
Interesting. Also, we lost the arch changed. That was this year. Became pants. Yep. And I just thought this, and then also ETH hit an all-time high, and then never again, never to be seen again. But also, I loved this Bold Leonidas cartoon that was "Go for it, buddy. May I meet you?" and the candle saying no. The green candle saying no. May I meet you was this year.
That was like a week ago. It was
like a week ago. Warplets took over. I'd say the Warplets are probably the biggest meta of the year. And whatever this was. Oh. I still don't quite know what that Clankton was all about. And then lastly, I just shared all these fun pictures of things we did in this past year. And it was really fun. We had a blast. So that's ETH Denver, New York, Connecticut, all the fun. All right. What other your mini app, building your mini app and Warpy, I think to me, for you, those are the two biggest things in my mind. But what did you say was your like top 5 from last year?
I can't go off. Your list was 10 out of 10, really good. I think you captured everything.
It took me so long.
You say it took you so long?
It took me way too long to like
Did you
pull
use
all
the
that
Laura?
together.
Did the Laura app help?
I did not use the
right?
Laura app, and I probably should have. But no, it was more like I like scrolled through our YouTube for the episodes, but then I went through all my photos as well to try and find some other things that I just didn't want to miss anything. So
you had talked about Farcon, but I really like the hot ones with Cassie and
so
Rush.
good.
Or
so
spicy
good.
ones. What are we calling it?
Spicy ones. Yeah. Spicy questions.
Spicy questions. Yeah, obviously personally I loved just like the launching of mini apps and Warpies and kind of doing all that stuff, which has been super fun for me. To build it, the Eat Denver brunch, running that back a second time was kind of bigger, better. TLDR's his internet rap song that Ted
Welcome to the
where's
protocol.
the video? Welcome to the protocol was so good.
So good. That was one of my moments. Yeah. Yeah.
And
beer pong. Struggled. TLDR is part of a couple of my most memorable moments. The beer pong. Oh, you weren't there. Did you go to beer pong? You didn't go.
No.
Oh, that was so fun and crazy.
Yeah.
And will never happen again. Like it was just one of those like totally last minute, let's do this. And having a brackets for beer pong was just so dumb and fun. It was dumb fun. What else you got? And then we'll wrap this up.
That was it. I like really
okay.
don't I don't have like that's what I'm saying is like I really struggle to come up with like seminal moments of this year, and partially because I didn't spend as much time as you going through the year stuff. Like I could, but that's what I was saying.
I think that's
like,
I needed to jog my memory.
Through,
yeah.
I can't even remember what even was this year.
I know. This year was so weird. It was such a weird year. It was such a weird year. And we haven't talked about and we're not going to. World events. We generally ignore those. So in this space, this is the safe place.
Can I share something?
Yes, please do.
Hold on, let me I was trying to remember our predictions from last year. Like I remember this, like I didn't actually realize it was our January 1st show. Hold on, let me.
Oh.
But we did predictions.
We did predictions? We did?
Well, not like official ones.
Okay. I don't remember. What did we predict? That was a year ago. I don't remember. Oop. Let me put yours up. Let me remove mine. And just add yours to the stage. It should work.
Why does it say remove though? Not add to stage.
Let me try.
Okay.
Oops. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, you went back to the transcript. Nice.
Yes, I was trying to remember I remember. I actually remember saying this like it was yesterday, but Trump had just been elected. Do you remember? Was not inaugurated yet, even.
Yeah.
But I guess it was
the Trump coin hadn't launched yet this time last year.
Just that 2025, there's going to be nothing regular or normal about this year. Anything you think that is crazy, it will go to more extreme, more unpredictable than we can imagine. So let's not commit to doing anything regular, but we will be covering Farcaster news about 3 times a week.
That is probably the most accurate prediction ever. Nothing's going to be normal.
I think we were trying to figure out. Yeah, I think I was answering a question you had about our schedule or what we were going to do, and I was like, "This year is just buckle up, people."
Just buckle up. It's going to be crazy. I think we were probably talking about the same thing that we're going to talk about right now, is like our schedule for this year is probably not going to be normal either. Next week, you're already out. That was probably what we were talking about, was travel and things that we had coming up. But that's funny. That's really funny.
And also, shout out to whoever built this incredible transcript tool that you can search. That's me. Amazing. I love it.
It's fantastic.
Found that.
Fantastic. So what are your predictions for the upcoming year? How are you feeling?
We can have some fun with this. We need prediction markets, I feel like. Farcaster acquired by Coinbase. Everybody likes to predict that one.
Every year. Every year they predict that one.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to happen, personally, but anything's possible. Doesn't make any sense. I do think we'll see prediction markets really take off, and I do think we'll see it integrated into the Base App and Farcaster for sure, probably sooner rather than later.
And you didn't see that you don't use Rainbow Wallet, do you? Because I know Rainbow just launched
they
integrated prediction markets. So
I have it. I just don't use it as my regular wallet, but I do have one. But I may have to go check that out.
But I would guess prediction markets come to Farcaster sooner than later.
Yeah, I'd say Q1 is my guess. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Tempo does and Stripe. I'm curious for that. I'm curious for a lot of these airdrops we've been waiting on, like forever, like OpenSea and MetaMask and all those. I don't know. We'll see if those ever come to anything. We'll see whether the exploration of a base token actually becomes a base token. That could happen this year.
Interesting how people stopped talking about that as soon as their system update happened, and which, by the way, we knew there was not a token coming that day, but people love to.
No, I mean, I don't think anybody who's actually active in the ecosystem did not think that was happening that day. It's people who are really like.
Oh, do you think there will be a Farcaster?
Twitter. It was.
Do you think there will be a Farcaster token this year?
No, there will not be a Farcaster token this year. I do not think there will be. If there is, we'll know. We'll get plenty of advance warning. So,
if there is, we need an answer to.
What would the token do? What would the token do?
Until you have that answer, there will not be a Farcaster token. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I'm interested to see the different stable coins for sure, like what happens with stable coins. Interested to see what happens with the Clarity Act, if they are able to get that passed. If they don't get it passed by, well, I think it's in trouble. And just for political reasons, not for like anything that even has to do with the actual content of it. But just like timing, they need to get it done by April. So, so that'll be interesting and see what that does and how that changes, if that changes anything. Yeah. I don't know what else, but those are the big ones. In terms of like for us, I do want to see some other guests, like some of the ones that were on our wish list, like trying to make that happen. Finding some stability and sustainability would be great. And we're going to explore a few other things that we'll talk more about. Après ski is what I keep saying. Adrienne's going skiing. So après ski, more things to come that we'll talk about then. But I'm optimistic. Like I haven't been feeling great about the direction of some things and just, I don't know, the world in general. But I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit optimistic, and it might just be the New Year's Day shine. It might wear off very fast. We'll see. I will say January tends to be pretty good for crypto, usually. So usually we see a bump going into like I would expect like next week to have some, good up, up movement. And then who knows? Who the heck knows? But I'm not counting on anything anything dramatic.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I think also like how I think Brad casted something about people who don't blink an eye. There's been a lot of, I think speaking on let's talk Farcaster app specifically.
Yeah.
Because of a focus to trading, I think has been very difficult for people who've been daily active users with a focus on social aspects and over years that I think the trading, of all the pivots of the past, this was the hardest one, I think, for people to get behind, like this. And
there's a lot of people who have, who are very, very active users of Farcaster who have either slowly disappeared or dramatically.
Yeah.
Mostly slowly. Most of it's been slow.
Drama ones. I don't even want I think it's there are people who have written blog posts and thoughtfully of like, here's my experience. So Toady, I think, likes to make the joke that it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
Right.
But because there's always the people of like, I'm out of here, and then they come back a day later.
Yeah.
But I think for people, and I go back to Polluter of Minds and wrote something when he left. Cameron didn't write, right? But it's just there's certain people who are leaving, and it's hard when you put so much of your like emotional like space into. It's not just the technology of Farcaster, but it's a social network. So it's like you're making relationships with people. I guess when you think of Dan's analogy of a party, it's like you don't walk into a new party where people are mingling and then just like scream and announce your presence and make everyone talk to you. You kind of have to figure out what the norms are. But then likewise, if you've been at a house party for 4 years or 3 years or 2 years with people, and you leave, it's like you kind of do owe it to say something.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
You can Irish exit if you want, but it's a little rude.
Yeah. But I'm not down. I'm not necessarily down on like, I feel the same way. I think the trading focus, I feel the same way about the creator coins on Base, which is like, it's not really for me, but I don't care. I don't mind that it doesn't offend me. It doesn't like, I think at some point there should be trading, like Farcaster should be a better trading app than anywhere else. So go make that so. I think why not tokenize everything that can be tokenized on the internet? Go make that so. Not for me. I don't really care, but it doesn't bother me. I'm really into mini apps. Like there's still things about Farcaster that are only unique to Farcaster.
Yep.
Is every single person has a crypto wallet.
Yep.
You cannot be on Farcaster, the protocol, without a crypto wallet, right?
I had so much fun. I had so much fun making my first mini app actually come to life. And I think that experience, I think more people will have that experience in 2026.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot more people as the Nanar tools get better, as other tools appear. I think you'll see a lot more people. And that to me is exciting because I think there's a lot of idea people who haven't been able to actually create, and they're going to be able to make those things, come alive. So that to me is exciting.
Yeah.
And we have ideas about some of those things too. Again, those are be après-ski when they finally appear.
Après-ski.
Après-ski. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else before we wrap for today? This went way longer than I thought it was, per usual.
Yeah.
It's because you guys show up, so we just keep going because you guys keep showing up.
My family was like, "Why are you doing a New Year's show?" And I was like,
We have always done one, which is really funny.
And I was like, right, just because people actually aren't working too, and then they tune in and hang out. It's like I was like, it's just a hang. It's not a real show.
Yeah.
We're not doing the news, but we did the news.
We did the news. Yeah, we did the news. And we've all it's funny because but I literally am never doing anything on New Year's Day. Like I'm sitting here, I'm going to turn on the parade, and that's about it. So might as well. Yeah. And then also you're going to be gone next week. So I'm going to have some guest co-hosts next week. I have Burr lined up for Monday. And we have TLDR coming by to chat about Bracky for our Clientcaster Spotlight. Wednesday, I'm working on that because I forgot. And then Friday, you'll be back. So we'll start to get back into our regular routine. But we do have a lot of, like, you and I have a lot of travel in the next few months. So it'll be, we'll be pulling in some guests. So be on the lookout. Thanks everyone for hanging. This has been really fun. I'm going to encourage you one more time to go check out oops, I forgot to put it back up. Go check out Shark Pickle Cone, the documentary about the Rose Parade that Nouns created a float. And it's all about that. You can find it on Twitter. It's in this cast. And I highly recommend you go watch it today. It's a good day for it. And with that, Adrienne, anything else for the folks? That's it.
I think so.
All right, people. It's been a blast. Happy New Year. We'll see you Monday. And until then, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the Base App. Until next time, bye-bye.